Hi, everybody. I'm Johnny Paterson, one of the co-founders of Dr.PAWPAW.
And I'm Pauline Paterson, the other co-founder of Dr.PAWPAW, and we're also husband and wife. When we first launched, people were just more worried about, a good product, making sure it does what it says on the tin. Remember that expression was, all around us. It's got to do what it says on the tin. Now it's got to do so much more than that, because the quality of your product is almost, it's a given. Yes. Now, it's got to be good. It's got to be like as natural as possible. Now that's definitely gone up. If you've got any, of the sort of negative, chemicals in there, although they might actually work on the skin and proven, but people just don't want them. So, that's like, a big no-no. And also, that you're vegan. And especially now with the environmental side as well, we've taken a massive look at our packaging, at how we ship things, about how our manufacturing is done. And you do have to keep, a breadth of it. And it is just all knowledge. And to be fair, I don't stop sort of, reading about things like that, or listening to this talk, or listening to that person. And again, touching on Johnny's point, I think because we do have a network as well of like-minded business owners, who are like, oh, have you heard about this? And have you heard about that? And, things like that are always changing. And I think technology has definitely, come in leaps and bounds as well, which is only a good thing. But also, I think you have to be very careful not to sort of like shun sort of, old brands or things like that, because again, the technology, wasn't around. Like, for example, we were using, sort of new plastic, and we were making sure that it was widely recyclable because we thought that was really important. Yeah. Well, now it's not, because, we actually want to make tubes that are already from recycled plastic, sort of helping the oceans, helping the plastic that's already out there, in its tons and tons. So it's almost like, it's not even good enough that you can just recycle our tubes. We want to use the old plastic. So that's what we're doing. We're now bringing out PCR tubes, in all our packaging. We took off the plastic on our blister cards as well, again, to create 100% recyclable cards, and making sure the ink is completely water soluble as well, because again, great recycled card from recycled paper, but what about the ink? So it is an evolving thing, and because of our ethics, we want to stay abreast of it. We want to be able to react when we can. Again, I think because it is me and Johnny, and we've got nobody above us to ask, we are quite fortunate that we can make change happen. Like literally on the next tube order, right, it's going to be PCR tubes. The next load of cardboard's going to be this. We are able to react as quickly as we are. And, we don't know everything yet. There's definitely more to learn. We're still going to listen, and we're still going to strive, strive to do that. But that's all you can do really, is ask from a brand, is that they're learning, they're listening, and they're putting it into action.
I think just to add on to that, if you don't mind, is there's points we've been told, like, why are you using plastic tubes? And a point for us is just to always remember that it's not a single-use piece of plastic. You're going to use this again and again and again, and you can recycle it, and it does come from recycled source. And the reason why I'm making this point is because we started to look at sugarcane. I don't know if you've heard of that. So it's like this natural alternative that can be biodegradable. Once we started to look into it, the stories, the horror stories that came out about how sugarcane is sourced and how it's materialized in China is shocking. And we can hear that it's child labor in Africa, where it comes from. And then in China, they're using, wedges, which obviously we've done a lot of work to make sure that our manufacturers of the plastic, not the fill, because we make everything here in the UK, aren't employing wedges.
Like slave labor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And, when we were hearing these stories, so, sometimes we can have people come to us and say, you should be doing this and you should be doing that. But once we've looked into it, what's supposed to be better for the environment or for us humans actually sometimes isn't,
it's ethically
yes.
wrong.
So it's we're doing everything we can to be the best that we can be at all times. And I think that's what we all need to do, and move to be the best as soon as we can. But we're all striving towards that. But obviously making sure that whatever we do change to isn't just a quick fad. I think that a lot of that can happen. I mean, obviously the change towards so much cardboard, I don't really get that, because obviously whilst, cardboard, it can be recycled, but, we are cutting down trees. So how do we know that they're being replaced? So it's just being so conscious of everything, not just one quick movement over here, but then making a mess behind here where we've moved. So yeah, it's an overarching point, I think, at all times. So you just got to really do your research.